Right, guys, afternoon. How we doing? Oh, I imagine it's morning to most of you, isn't it? Or even evening for some of you. All this knowledge I've not spent. I've been doing these every day, but not fucking keeping up on spending them all. Right, 78 knowledge to spend. Right, let's just get in crafting. Turn off that, seeing as I know how to do that now. Get rid of that, like you guys taught me yesterday. Get that on. You can mill. We always mill inside, because you don't need the crafting table. You mill your head up against the wall. That's fine. You can get on with that. Right, so who we got here? Hi, I love your content. Keep up the awesome work. By the way, sometimes to make your mailbox cleanouts faster in TSM, you can leave a set amount of gold on the toon and post the rest to another with one click. Okay. That helps with the big mailbox cleanouts, definitely. Who else we got with us today? Our teacher is streaming 2 days in a row. I'm so happy. Good morning, by the way. Good morning. Good morning. Over on Twitch. Cheers from down under. Cheers from Denmark. Oh, we're all over the world again today. Almost midnight here. Manfius, that Friday feeling. Manfius, you're supposed to be streaming. I'm streaming early because Manfius isn't streaming. He's slacking. Usually I wait till just as Manfius is finishing and then I come on. Or that's been sort of the routine recently. But no, we started early. We get a longer stream because Manfius isn't streaming. Morning, awesome, very familiar names. Good morning. Okay, what would you recommend to someone that is starting at gold making and wants to make 1 to 2 wild tokens per month? I mean, it's obviously very challenging at the moment. And I haven't done my video yet of trying to set up concentration builds from scratch in the current market. So I don't know whether that is a go-to thing or not at the moment, because I don't want to suggest something. Because some people were saying it's taking them 2 months to get the gold back that they've spent on setting up a concentration build. I'm not sure about that. It depends how crazy you're going, because obviously you can spend a lot of gold to set up these concentration builds. And obviously, oh, I just got a bag. I got a bag for free. That is awesome. Obviously, if the concentration builds are paying the gold back in a reasonable amount of time, then that's obviously the way you want to go. But I don't want to suggest anything without going back and having a look at it. And obviously, if that's not the thing, crafting's probably definitely not the thing. So then it's just down to farming. Oh, we've got level 8. Let's go back and get trading because there might be something good already. So the screens. Top left, it's just AFK farming. The blue ray gun toy. This mob spawns about every 6 minutes or so. Just kill it, one shot it, kill it. It's a low gold per hour. Obviously, it's not really taking a lot of effort really. The bottom left is just trying to sell the thousands and thousands of engineering parts I crafted, not only on stream yesterday but afterwards as well. The bottom right is just doing some inscription stuff, actually earning some gold. And the top right, you're going to get to see me die on hardcore at some point on the stream today, I'm sure. Oh, don't take what I said to... I said, or the troll honestly to heart. Oh, I don't take anything to heart. I was just trolling him back. Like, when you're a nurse that's worked in an emergency department, if someone is not physically trying to bite, spit, bleed out on you, anything like that, then, you know, you don't take things to heart. You have to be thick-skinned or you don't survive. So people saying bad things on the internet, like, even if it's, you know, done with malicious intent. Like, I should get fear as well, but I've got a reason. Fear, I'm just going to die, aren't I? Yeah, I don't take things to heart, basically. Right, I've got like 1,000,000 dots now. I don't know if I should even have fear on my bar, because it just seems like something that... I'll tell you what, I'm going to run to Stormwind to see if I can get a wand. Because if I can get a wand, then I'm going next level then. Yeah, so don't take anything to heart. Doesn't mean I don't ban people if they're still going to be a pain in the ass. Because it's not nice for everybody else to see it in chat, is it? Good morning. It's an AFK farm is doing for the gold. Yeah. So on the gold cap challenge now, so like you may have seen it if you saw the disenchanting video the other day, we're up to 844k, which looks like I'm at the same as I was there. But I've been doing a lot of flipping, so we've made nearly 1,000,000 gold in profit from flipping. Just buying and reselling stuff. And then we've also done big red ray guns at 142,000 gold. This has made us. Sold one yesterday for over 20k gold. Some of them have been a bit low. Depends how you set your TSM up. But you see, look, a lot of these you can get sort of 10 to 20k. And I'm only listed on high population servers as well, so it's selling at a reasonable rate. And besides that, all I've done is been disenchanting stuff. And it's coming on nicely, really. I'm not really putting that much effort into it. I'm being very slack with it, to be honest. $10k a day, easy made with herbalism or mining and skinning, yeah. Like 10k, what, half an hour? Right, why is that? Only posting bolts. I was crafting some bismuth bolts myself, but when I saw you crafting, I just gave up. Can't compete with. Mind showing your engineering build just to compare with mine. My engineering build. So the one for parts, where's my engineering? The one for parts is basically this. So you need that capped out for the resourcefulness. You basically need this capped out for the plus skill if you want to craft the rank 3 stuff, although besides that you don't really need it if you don't want to craft rank 3s. This is nice to have capped out just for the extra spare scrap you get. And you need that one for sure for the multi-craft. So you need at least 30, so you may as well go 40 there. This is essential. This is probably the one that people maybe miss. And it's to get the invent buff. That whenever you invent, you get that buff, which gives you a big buff to your multi-craft. Which is going to have a big effect on your... a big effect on sort of your crafting costs. But that's basically it. You don't... That is the general build for your thing here. The other part I've got, I went crafting profession gear right at the start. So all those points are wasted. So when I get the respec, I think all this will be coming out of here. and going over here in devices. Probably to give potion bombs a go. Haven't quite got enough. I'm like 18 knowledge short of being able to cap out potion bombs at the moment. And there is actual... There's multi-craft there. 1020. 1020. I'm actually only 5 points short. I'm actually only 3 knowledge short of being able to craft rank 3 bis. Because I don't need that last bit. And I don't need that last bit. So to be fair, I could probably try crafting potion bombs tomorrow rank 2s. If I wanted. But yeah, anyway, this guy's just selling today. He's trying to get rid of all that stuff that I made yesterday. Like I said, I knew I could craft them for a profit, but I didn't know how well they would sell. Hi Kay, really appreciate your contact. Talking about the artisan security, is there any point in using it for blue profession gear now, or keep it for next patch and new potential hire? If it's going to be a profession you're going to use, then get the blue profession gear now. I can't see them bringing in any more anything else really. It's why I don't think they'll bring in new materials or anything like that, because it just complicates things too much. If the profession gear is a benefit to you now, and you have the stuff to sort of get it, then I mean I would go for it, because I can't, like I said, I can't see anything changing with it. And if it does, you'll know probably months in advance. Right. Let's see if I can figure out this auction house ones. Let's say below level 14. Is that it? Is that the lowest level one, really? Oh no, level 7. 6 silver. What did I just do? Right. So funky, this old auction house. Right. Oh, it's because it's closed there. That's who putting them two right next to each other. Right. I am God tier. Ow. Definitely can't die now. Right, let's do it. What I need to put. Yeah, it doesn't put stuff automatically on your bar, does it? Shoot. Yeah, I get that. Still doesn't matter. Psycho or here, see it all direct to you, no matter how thick your skin is, and you don't say, oh, well, the thing is, nobody deserves to see it, do they? It's just not a good environment, but, you know, it's easy enough to get rid of those people. Only takes 1 click. And, you know, you're not going to ban people with 1 comment, but he just kept going on, didn't he? So. All right, mine is the same as yours. I'm happy for it. Thanks for showing and explaining. Yeah, you just have to make sure you keep that buff up. It's a 12-hour buff, so it's easy enough to keep up, but this sort of thing that people can forget quite easily. You can still make profit on most professions if you look hard enough. You can, yeah, but from a crafting perspective, it costs so much to set up. Did I get the wrong wand? It costs so much to set up, and the profit margins are so thin. It's people can lose gold setting up crafting professions, can't they? Whereas, you know, farming they can't lose gold, and concentration it's very hard to lose gold. Like I said, I do need to start trying to set up concentration characters from fresh and see what I feel like it feels like. See how long it's going to take to get your gold back. Because I think what's happening is some people might be setting these up, but they're setting them up and they're doing things like crafting rank 5 rods or something like that. And in that situation, then yes, your setup cost is going to be ridiculous because you're doing stuff that you know, you don't really need to be doing. Let's sell while we're here. Get the lesser magic wand. Yeah, I've messed that up already, haven't I? It's fine. It'll do the job for now. We'll get the next one when we get to level 13. If we get to level 13. Seeing so many people dooming on goal making. It's just because things are more difficult, isn't it? You know, it's not as easy as it was a couple of months ago. But like you said, you can still make gold. You just have to put, you know, the margins are a bit thin and you just need to put a bit more effort into it, unfortunately. And with the markets going up and down all the time, there is sort of those risks involved. Got no instant corruption. We just wander, don't we? Oh, just easy mode. Oh, until there's 2 of them. Can I take 2? Am I getting too cocky? Stay away from the potion bomb racket joke. Yeah, I'm curious. It was something I was talking about before the expansion even really came out, wasn't it? And a few times I've talked about it and said it's something I wanted to try out, see how it was going. I can't imagine there's not that much demand on the rank 3 stuff, is there? Let's have a look. Let's just get onto the road and have a look in a sec. It's the power one, isn't it, that people want? 0.224, 0.127. Oh no, so I'm wrong. The rank 3s are selling for got twice the sales rate of a rank 2. It's interesting. So those people that are using potion bombs are just making sure they're using good potion bombs then. Oh, well, too late. Yeah, sorry, too slow. What are you planning on crafting with Inscription so I can move away from it? I'm going to do the... I'm going to just craft a load more Boundless Ciphers. They were about a 20% profit margin when I checked earlier. And then we might look at, once that's all done, we might look at something else. Hot tip, you can stand on the other side of the wall and use the bench outside. I tried that before and I couldn't get it to work. I'll try it in a minute when I go onto the inks. That would be very useful if it works because it just saves on your FPS a bit, doesn't it? It's so much better crafting inside on your PC. I've had the same 15 concentration crafters since the start. No need to make too much more work when I want to play the game and play the professions as well. I mean, if you've had them since the start though, like right near the start, then you've literally made millions from them. Like some people have literally made tens of millions, haven't they? Don't trust anything in Classic. Oh, he's gone anyway. Yeah, I forgot. That's a macro, isn't it? It's tied together. So as soon as I press that button, even if I stop casting, then the pet's going to go in. Resummon him. I haven't seen 1 million gold once. How you have 5 million? How do I have 5 million? I got a little bit more than that. Like if you set those concentration characters up early enough, then the amount of gold they were making was just absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think many people took that on board when I did it in my first load of videos. It wasn't until I started talking about it later on. But by the time I released that second set of videos, it was a month into the expansion. And profit margins were already down to like 10,000 gold per concentration, per craft, basically. Work is not getting any easier though, like how 8 million. Thing is, once you've got 1 million, if you find something to get yourself to 1 million, then you do the same thing to get to 2 million and 5 million. So that's why it's so much harder to get that first million. It's just figuring out what you need to do to get the rest of it. You find one thing and you just keep doing it once you found something that makes you gold. Oh, didn't see him. He's chugging on my life. I've made a lot, but I've spent a lot of time being able to play through the content. Yeah, I mean, but you did the sensible thing, didn't you? You set everything up, and then you've played the content. But what a lot of people do is they play the content, and then they come to gold making, and it's too late by then. Well, it's not too late. It's just things aren't as good. Because I know a lot of people that do the same. They do gold making for like the first month of the expansion, but then they don't even need to have to think about gold for the rest of the expansion. But what we see is we see a lot of people come to gold making after like the first 6, 7, 8 weeks when they've played everything and they've got no, they've done all the content, they've got no gold left, and now now they've got now it's very challenging for them to make gold because we're so far into the expansion. They've missed that initial sort of moment where you really can make some gold. Right, let's try this thing. Through here. Get off there. I can't get it to work. Right, just gonna have to sit outside. Oh god, where's he running to? Stop paying attention to him. That's dangerous on hardcore. You post that. You get crafting those. You going on this questing, right? What should I do with the remaining arts and security on my alchemist goblin? I have around 1.5k, no idea to use it. I mean, if you've got everything, then there's not a lot you can do with it, really. The only thing you can do is buy the bags. But if you buy the bags, obviously it's going to make you some gold, but I can't see much more use for it, really. Besides maybe using it for a second profession. Really, I've got to run all the way down there. Craft rank 3 flasks and pots. I actually did only concentration crafters to make it cheaper for me. Yeah. What profit margins were you making at the peak of the concentration build? Right at the start of the expansion, and I'm talking sort of 2 days into early access, I was crafting the Crystalline Radiance chest enchant, and I was making 100,000 gold per craft. So you'd use your concentration 3 times and you'd make 300,000 gold. And the stuff was selling. It was really, really expensive to level up your profession, but obviously it was paying for itself. Is mining herb a good for first-time WoW player? 100%. It's the best thing for a first-time WoW player because you can't do anything wrong. You're just going around collecting stuff, selling it. Whereas a lot of the other stuff with professions, you can lose gold if you do it wrong, and especially if you're a first-time player. Even if you're an experienced player, you need gold a lot of the time anyway to do anything. So you need to get mining and herbing anyway, just to get set up. I think you can always make gold. You just have to work harder for it later on and be creative. This is why it gets funny. Exactly right. I mean, that's why I talked about in the video, was it last week, about targeting these markets that aren't necessarily war within markets, but markets where you can get good profit margins. And basically, or you can even target war within stuff, just target stuff that other people aren't doing. If you see a YouTube video on something, then you know that's probably not worth doing for a couple of weeks. But in a couple of weeks, another video will come out and people will stop doing whatever was in that video. I mean, I talked about a bit about the level working regions as well, didn't I? When they became suddenly last weekend, they became insanely profitable because of the lack of skinning supplies coming into the market, and everything just went crazy. So a profession that was doing very mediocre for a long period of time during expansion suddenly just became, absolutely fantastic. And then it went back to being mediocre again. So like you said, it's not just, you need to keep an eye on it as well. This Warlock feels like God tier compared to that mage I was playing before. Oh, no, it's got to skin. Okay, right, chat's going crazy. Let me just catch up. How do people even use the auction house in early? I couldn't buy shit because of the constant cancelling or whatever they did. If you mean like the lag and stuff, then yeah, there was definitely issues with that. But it was still usable. It was just, wasn't fantastic, should we say. I mean, you saw it on that video I did where I did 0 to gold cap in 5 days. You saw that probably half of that 5 days the auction house was down. But when we say early, we don't necessarily mean in the first week. It's like you can make really good gold in the first month. It doesn't have to just be the first week. Because even by the time I put the first enchanting, the second enchanting concentration build video out, it was still 10,000 gold per enchant you were crafting profit. Which, that's still pretty insane for the amount of effort it took. To set up. I'm a solo player. Is it possible to make enough gold to buy one wild token a day? I mean, it's possible, but it's going to take a lot of effort. Like, there are people earning significantly more gold than that, but they're putting a significant amount of work and they have very nice setups. But most people don't need that sort of gold. Like, most people are happy with a token a month. Like, you could probably get a token a day just from mining and herbing, but you're going to be mining and herbing all day. Token a day just starting out, not really. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how much you're willing to put into it. I made 5 million off dust, disenchanting, and concentration enchanters in the first month. Never did gold making before this expansion, so I was very happy with my buying my Bruto with gold. Yep. Well, that's it. You got on it straight away. And that's what you need to do. Just right at the start, when everyone else is, trying the new dungeons, everyone else is doing all the new fancy stuff. Just get on with the professions, because that's when you make your gold. So these engineering parts, they're not selling fantastically fast, but they are sort of steady sellers. How many more bolts to sell? I've got, well, loads of stuff to sell. To be honest, it's not just the bolts I've got everything. Tried it all just to see how it would go, basically. We'll let that cancel off. But I think I've probably got thousands of each part to still sell. I haven't mined in a moment, but it should be a bunch more. Are you allocated your knowledge? You'll have your tools and seen on the map. What, 2 to 3k gold an hour mining? Is that what people are saying? I think it's a bit more than that. It was 40k last time I checked, but that was a while ago. I know it's definitely come down since then. But at the same time, everyone's got a lot more knowledge and stuff since then, haven't they? So I basically made my first 5 million just selling stuff that streamers wanted. Well, it's supply and demand, isn't it? If someone wants it, sell it. And you never know what people want in this game, honestly. What's your expectations for the economy in 11.1? Well, obviously, demand's going to go through the roof. But that doesn't mean prices will go through the roof. But it's going to be interesting because we've never had this concentration before. So there is limited supply of anything that's made with concentration. So demand's going to go through the roof. So it's whether the demand is going to outstrip the amount of stuff that people have stockpiled going into the new season with concentration. And if the demand does outstrip it, then you could see the concentration builds get really, the profit margins on them go up quite a lot. Or if people have stockpiled too much, then, prices aren't really going to go up probably. Demand will go up. But we've looked at it lots of times on stream before where people always think that prices will go up and they don't. necessarily go up when a new season comes. Demand goes up, you'll be able to sell a lot more, but you'll be selling a lot more at, you know, profit margins that are basically what they are now. So you can make more gold. It's just you're not going to go back to having like 20-30% profit margins probably, unfortunately. I think knowledge is my main problem. I guess I've watched a few videos on it and I'm still working out it's not maxed. I have somehow to farm knowledge points. I mean, if you're just doing your mining and herbalism, then you're going to get knowledge points from it. You should get the catch up if you've done everything else. I started playing WoW about 2 months ago and started making gold 1 month later. I now have 3 million. Does that make me a millionaire, Mr. K? Well, you've got 3 million. That makes you a millionaire, doesn't it? It just shows you can do as well from, you know, starting the game recently and you've already got that amount of gold stocked up. I have around 800k gold. What do you suggest me to invest this gold in to make millions, K-Check? I don't know. I'm not someone that likes the word invest when it comes to WoW in the term that other people like the word invest. So I do my investing very differently to other people. And how I do my investing, nobody else likes it. So but I would, one thing I wouldn't do, I wouldn't stockpile things for the new season because it's just too risky. And someone's sending me a friend request. Right, are we going in? We're going in the cave. In the mine, yeah? We're going? Right, let's go. That's fine. I'm happy enough to take somebody else in here with me because it's so dangerous in here. Right. I just need to get this bit done, guys, and then I'll come back to chat. So if I'm going to die anywhere, it's going to be in here. I think he should buff me though, shouldn't he? Do you think that'd be like I'm helping him on a quest? I know he's helping me as well, but you'd buff the other person, wouldn't you? Just want to get in and out of here. Get somewhere safe again. I've got to nearly be there. Sit down. Get out of here. Right, that's fine. Easy mode now. Oh, until I pull in. All my gold comes from enchanting concentration twice a week. I need to find something I can work on continuously. I mean, if you're making like decent gold from that, you could always just set up a a proper crafting profession, you can make gold with pretty much everything. It's just that the profit margins are so crap that a lot of people don't think it's worth doing. But it's like what I'm crafting here with this inscription character. I see the profit margin like 20%. Starting from the herbs and going through to the boundless ciphers, it was about 20% when I put it in the crafting sheet. And it's going to take, however long it's going to take to craft all that stuff. So yeah, once again, it depends on what you're willing to do, how much time you're willing to take to get that profit on your gold. Right. How do you have so many regions? You just buy stuff off the auction house. I don't farm anything, really. You can buy wild token if you're mining herb all day. I've tried that so many times from morning to evening now, not going to work. Well, it depends what gold per hour you're getting. What is a token price now? Where is it? Used to be on here, didn't it? Oh, it's down here somewhere. 279k. 279k mining and herbing in a day. I think you can do that. But I'm not going to spend 12 hours trying it to prove a point. Hey K-Jack, how do you use a pay setup for a second account with gold if you can't use Bet-on-Net balance for game time? I may be missing something. You can use Bet-on-Net balance for game time. 2 seconds and I'll... come on the shop. And you scroll down and down and down and down. God, they've added a lot of stuff on here, haven't they? So you can just come down and buy this, and you can use Bet-on-Net balance for game time by buying this and attaching it to the account onto whatever's on your Bet-on-Net. Which you have to do sometimes. I have to do that sometimes. They must have no knowledge points or tools. I'm averaging 20 to 30k with finesse tool and blue rank 5 tools. Yes, if you're getting 20 to 30k an hour, then definitely getting a wild token a day is possible, but it is going to take you all day. Howdy, Mr. K-Check. How's the new gym equipment? I'm not going to stock up. It's going good. Oh, I'm miles behind on chat. Sorry, guys. I will catch up. I use those green auction house profession tools. Yeah, you need to get... If you're mining in herbing, you need to get the blue ones. Why does crafting get unraveling so wrong? It looks like I would make a loss, but when crafting and putting it on the spreadsheet, I actually do better than if I would buy the spools. What's wrong? I don't know what why CraftSim struggles with those, to be honest. But it's another reason that I like to use my own stuff. Hello, good morning. Morning chat and stream. Good to have you here, guys. Planning on doing rank 3 boundless? No, I tend to avoid rank 3 crafting, to be honest. It's it's not something that really appeals to me that much. Hey mate, how are you? Good, good. How are you doing? I saw you just jumped on. Noticed your name because you jumped in Discord earlier, didn't you? Earlier today. Someone in Discord is accusing me of being Pigpic today, Keck. Yeah, Pigpic's got a getting a bit of a legendary reputation, isn't it? I think I'm going to call my next bank character. I might make a character called Pigpic just to troll people on the Discord. That's going to be my next character name, definitely. He seems to have achieved some sort of legendary status on the US region. So we need an EU Pigpic, don't we? I'm sure that's exactly what people on the EU want. Someone who's just going to massively undercut everything. Oh, in EU, one token costs 371k at the moment, and you need 6 of them for the Brutosaur. Yep. And that price is going to go up and up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw. Well, it's going to go. It'll go over 400k before the Brutosaur goes away. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Oh. So that the goal of getting that Brutosaur is just slowly edging away from you every day as the token price goes up. So it's like I suggested to people early on in the process, just as you get the gold, if you don't need the gold, if you've got a little bit extra, then it might be worth buying the WoW tokens as you go, because the price will go. The price does tend to go up. Although we do have a new patch, don't we, in a couple of weeks. It's not really gonna. I don't really affect the price that much, but it could potentially. Nice. We'll keep rank 3 crafting then. Yeah, I don't like the rank 3 crafting because I don't find the profit margins. Or okay, I've not looked at it recently, but I didn't particularly find the profit margins so much better. And the risk of the price coming down with the rank 3 stuff when you're investing so much gold into it, it is so much higher. Find something new, and instead of buying all the stuff for 17 concentration alts, doing the crafting shuffle, much regrets doing 1000 DE on cuffs and hats at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit intense. So what you're going to do is sell off the rank 3 stuff on the auction house to hopefully pay for a lot of your costs, and then use the other stuff in your concentration characters. This guy. Get that. Right, let me just. So what we've got about 2,200 crafts. So we need about 6,000 a raffle spear. Ish. That'll do. Oh no, it's the stupid boundless water stuff that I'm missing. That buyback, because that's going to take half an hour, isn't it? Did you buy the Brutal on EU as well? Yeah, I've got both Brutasaurs on both the EU and the US. I just bought it now because I didn't want to regret not buying it later on, basically. I don't recognise this quest. I don't think I've ever done this quest on Classic before. You finished. You can get crafting. Just resists everything. You're taking the... Do you do all the professions or certain ones? I've definitely put more effort into some than others, but I have every profession to some degree. But it doesn't mean I have every spec. So, like, I have a character that can, like on dual crafting, I have a character who can prospect and craft like a lot of the regents and stuff like that very well for dual crafting, but I don't have a gem cutter yet. There's only a few professions where I had multiple characters doing the same profession. Exactly, just like the video from the other week, I think it does cut down costs to maximize profit. Yeah, there's loads of these little things that you can do to sort of min-max the profit a little bit. And a lot of times you'll have people saying, oh, people are selling under cost. Well, they're probably not selling under cost. They're probably just min-maxing more than you are doing. And some people have come to me and privately told me some absolutely crazy stuff that they are doing, which obviously I'm not going to share other people's gold making, but people have come up with some absolutely amazing ideas as to how to do stuff. Sometimes from the inscription shuffle, I forget to change my tools, and that really hurts. Yeah, I mean, basically there goes your profit margin, doesn't it? There is add-ons that do it for you automatically. But then I'm more concerned about the add-on not working properly. So I'd still rather do it myself and have the odd occasion where I, mess it up. But that's all good. Do you think that people who make rank 1 regents are benefit from CraftSim's craft queue default into rank 1? Do you think people who make rank 1 regents are benefiting from CraftSim's queue? I wouldn't really know with that. I don't use CraftSim enough to really know what's going on with that one. I use it so little compared to the vast majority of gold makers. I just like rank 3 markets because of less competition and people not inclined to lower the price too much. Well, I was doing like the rank 3 crafting before an inscription, and I was finding that people were willing to lower the market, which is why I came out of it. But now you're selling it to me. No, I'm not going to get involved in rank 3 crafting. I think you have to be even more careful and more aggressive with your cancel scanning for that. Holy crap, he's chunking at my pet. Right, I need to get a new one up because he's going to die. Do you craft your own profession gear or do you find people to craft it for you? I can craft some of it, but most of it I get people to craft it for me. And it's usually cross-server because I can't, because I tend to play on low population servers, as annoying as that is when it comes to getting your gear crafted. WoW prices really dropped today. I mean, we are at that point in the week where things do tend to drop a little bit, unfortunately. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He really chunks away at life, doesn't he? I suppose he's level 10. That hurts. That's fine. That was easy. That one's handed in over there as well. That's all good. Being a goblin and getting the apprentice crafting license is so good. Being able to avoid using rank 3 herb can be a game changer. Yeah. It's one of those min-maxy things I talk about in videos, and you even see me doing it in some videos as well. And I think it's something that it's a thing that a lot of people are missing. A lot of people still don't use any of those things. But I was thinking about doing a video about looking at each of the professions again and looking at how all the little tips that I've done in separate videos might come together for each profession. So like using, you know, certain plus skill items, certain breakpoints on certain items. Because you can see me using them. You can see me using the pentagon ones in the level working video because it's really good for making carapaces. It cuts down that crafting cost quite a bit. But adding that all together with like the refining and stuff like that, it can obviously cut down on a lot of your crafting costs there. Curious how big of a screen you are using on your rig to play WoW on 4 windows. Can't actually remember how big this is. It's about that big. I get asked about my specs and stuff all the time, so I need to actually write it all down and put it in the comments on Twitch so people can actually see it. But it's big. I mean, I'd say it's probably 30-inch. For level 9. That's a man's 8 inches. Wife's sat next to me as well. Don't listen to me. Remember what happened last time. The plus skill items were so good in early concentration builds as well, yeah. And I don't know. I know they were a big part of crafting enchants as well without concentration, but I can't imagine surely that people are managing to get by crafting enchants no matter how much of the process you do it yourself. I bet you still can't make crafting enchants profitable against the amount of concentration builds that are around. Penguin does that sometimes. They are great, but pretty please, can I ask a favour if you do it? Add timestamps transactions so I can relate a thing that if I remember. I do add timestamps into some of my videos. Like I did it when I was talking about concentration builds this week. But I don't know. I just feel like a lot of them you don't really need it. If it's like that, the video where I'm looking at all the different concentration specs, then you break it up by profession, and that's fair enough. But like a lot of the videos, you're just generally talking about something, and well, I guess it's perhaps something that can be done. Some time ago, when Ingenuity procs, it can also proc on Regents, but not anymore. I don't know. I've not heard about any of that, but you can obviously get a resourcefulness proc at the same time, surely. I've not really thought about that before. You just die. I had the worst time selling rank 3 haste flask last night. Constant realists. The market seems saturated. Yeah, I mean, market saturated, and on top of that, the demand's not what it was. The demand is going down every week, isn't it? You get a new season. So more people get into the market, and yeah, it's not an ideal situation, really. You go away. God, it's really chunking my life. Okay, that was getting a bit too close for my liking. Oh God, he hurts. Really hurts. Is the Inscription Eureka 5% concentration to all Inscription crafts? Yeah, I mean, all of that. Anything in this pursuit of knowledge is on all crafts usually. So this is another one where you can get 100% of your concentration back when you do get a proc. Wood. It took me so long to get this wood on the last stream, didn't it? On the mage. I play on a 50-inch TV, lol. Well, if I'd end up blind if I played on a 50-inch TV, as close as I'm sat to my monitor. Yeah, and two 50-inch TVs as well. That'd be crazy. Right, finish you off. Keep forgetting I haven't got instant corruption. I'm so used to it being instant. I keep moving and cancelling it. There are little bits of knowledge you have that are really valuable, but I tend to half remember. Yeah, I mean, that's it. And I do a video about refining and cutting down your rank 3 crafting costs. I do a video about, using those finishing reagents in certain ways and things like that. But because the knowledge is all scattered over so many different videos, and because it's not really applied to any particular profession, then you can see why sometimes that knowledge wouldn't get used. God, these mobs really do hit hard. Yeah, that's maybe more wood. Maybe something I'll look at doing as well. Because obviously there's not that much going on really when it comes to gold making videos until we get, you know, the next major patch. Right. No, you don't. Just bond him down. There we go. He's gonna kill my pet, isn't he? Feels so strong and so weak at the same time. They just seem to die so quickly. The rank 2 flasks were selling so fast, so no problem there then. Well, maybe it's just people aren't pushing as high then. They're just going for the cheapo version. Like she had one in Dragonflight where she casually mentioned about a reputation general goods vendor next to an inn in a mailbox, which I couldn't for the life of me find again in the CEO video several weeks later. Yeah, well, at the start of an expansion, people do tend to release a lot more videos, so it is sort of, you know, much easier to lose all those tips as well. Especially when, you know, you have people like me that just put fairly generic titles on a lot of stuff. It probably doesn't help things either, does it? Sit here for a minute. Many people now just play classic fresh, old and stacked up supply versus low recent demand. Well, I mean, a lot of people are going really hardcore into this, into the classic fresh stuff, but it's going to be sort of fairly short lived, isn't it? But I just enjoy messing about on hardcore while I'm doing some gold making stuff in the background. Like I could run another crafter instead, but I'd rather just actually play and enjoy it than just make a little bit more gold. Hello, what is going up on the top left? Top left is farming, basically. Farming the toy that's not dropped yet. Up here. On Duskwallow Marsh on the island. He just spawns like every 6 or 7 minutes or so. And he drops a toy that you can sell. You seem to handle your 4 windows without problem. What's your PC specs? My PC is very average. I will honestly put the specs on Twitch. But I've only got like an RTX 2060, I think, off the top of my head. It's, you know, it's nothing special compared to what a lot of people have. I do have the brightness way down on TV. Been doing this for 10 plus years. Still got 2020. Maybe just jinxed it though. Yeah. I can't say anything though, can I? Because I'm constantly playing WoW on these tiny screens, so it's probably straining my eyes worse than being sat in front of a 50-inch TV anyway. Where's all the wood? How are you supposed to see that? It also hides how blocky everything is in Classic as well, doesn't it? So, when it's so small. Everyone know the best way to make gold is to do gambling in downtime during raid. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's bring the screenshot up. See if I can find it. Oh, no, we don't want that. You don't want to see my files. How's it going, bro? I found the screenshot the other day. That is how you make gold, yeah. Oh, where was it? Where was it? I'm going to die in a minute, aren't I? It's such an old screenshot. Picture of me winning like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Picture of me winning like 700,000 gold off Loft during raid.
Was that while we were doing the rolls?
Yeah, it's just gambling in raid, isn't it?
during breaks.
Oh, I can't find it, guys.
Just wow has a screenshot option.
It's not in the screenshots. I had it saved somewhere else. But I've got so many pages.
But it would have saved it back up in that screenshot folder whenever you press the screenshot button.
There it is. Okay, it wasn't 700,000. It was 570,000 gold. See, that's how you make gold. That's a YouTube thumbnail there, isn't it? How to make 570,000 gold.
You did that a few times winning off him.
Oh, yeah. That's how you make gold, yeah. By far the highest gold per hour you could ever do. And there's obviously absolutely no way you could lose gold doing that whatsoever.
There's the rest of the raid group.
Yeah. Do you ever find Linus tech trips, tech videos after the fact? It's almost impossible most of the time, yeah. You can increase farm by switching layers. I know. So I've done it with 5 accounts before, or 5 or 6 accounts, where you're just farming this one thing, but you do it on different layers. But you do it on different layers on your own accounts, and you just jump between them. It is if you're farming in 6 different phases and inviting them over, then you can literally get like, 20, 30, 40 times as much loot an hour. Because it's not just the fact that you're farming on 6 characters, so you're getting 6 times loot. Each of those 6 characters is in their own phase, and they invite all the other characters whenever the mob spawns there. So you're not getting 6 times more loot. Each of those 6 is, inviting all the others as well. So it just scales ridiculously. Oh my God. But that up there is just the lazy way to do it. And if I used other characters as well, it would be sort of cheating on the 0 to gold cap challenge thing as well, because then I'm using my other accounts to benefit it. Rank 7 Lego was still better gold per hour. Yeah, but that involved cancel scanning. All I had to do was type/roll. I think those were some of the best streams I ever had, though, as a viewer, was Mampius's streams, sort of legendaries in Shadowlands. And that was just like so much fun. Hey, Kate, yeah. Hi, Brew. Doing well, I assume. Yeah. Villa says hi too. Got lucky tonight. Business was down to 11 gold. Spent 80k, getting about 110k back. I mean, that's why you keep an eye on markets, so that when that stuff does happen, you jump in and you make a load of gold. And you've made that gold just by, being aware of that market, knowing what's high, knowing what's low, and jumping in and taking advantage, right? You've finished with these boundless ciphers then. Oh, what's that? Is that the follower goal? Oh, Mamphius subbed. Thank you, Mamphius. You didn't have to, You're already on Patreon. You don't need to be chucking all your money to me. You just want rid of the ads, don't you? See a button, press a button. But you should all be following Mamphius as well, by the way, if you're not already. Because he's miles better at this than I am. I swear my buddy sandbags his DPS and then makes a bet that he can top DPS. He blows people out of the water. Yeah, well, that's down to them. They shouldn't be falling for it then, should they? See a button, press a button, turbo user here. Yeah, I bet. You like subscribe to everything though, aren't you? Like you said, see a button, press a button. Yeah, unsure why it was down so much. There was maybe 15 to 20k bismuth for that price. Yeah, but like you said, you just don't worry about why it's happening. Just take advantage of it. I think you are one of 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5 people on Twitch. Right, I am going to craft something else in a bit, but I want to tell you what. We'll go down here now and get out of the way for a bit while I figure out what else to craft. Be safe there. Hi to both of you. Yeah, chill Friday it seems. Doing some work though. I tune in with you in the background. Oh well. Surely having me in the background's not helping things. Right. So the parts are selling, even though it's sort of, it's 9 o'clock in the morning on the US. And I'm selling like 150k an hour of parts. That's okay. Like that. think I'm just going to look at cloth prices. Right. Weave cloth, Regents. Could do with a bit more lag, thank you, please, game. That's what we're looking at. 17.5. Storm Dust is like 66. Rank 1 Storm Dust is, say, 10.5. That's gone down a lot. The cheapest Weaver cloth. Rank 1 is, what's by 5,000, it's 16.37. So yeah, there's what, under 20% on the rank 3 bolts. Yeah, just about worth crafting. Just need to flip over to the other account to get that. No OnlyFans. Yeah, but that's a very different subscription service that I have, isn't it? The OnlyFans one. Very different sort of content. Classic WoW, my love for real retail WoW so much. I could have bought. Well, you can love them both, can't you? Last night, like 8,000 honed bone shards came in at 65 each. Wow. And by morning, they're already back up to 80. Easy 120k overnight. Yeah, at 65 each, that's crazy because obviously I've been doing some leather working recently. And at times I've been buying over 100. So picking them up at 65, that is fantastic. Yeah, that's a nice, quick, easy. Let's have a look at it because it was what happened last week with the prices going so high. So what we are 29th, aren't we? So we're here. Yeah, you can see, look, the amount available in the auction house just went crazy. And this is obviously where you've bought them up and the price has just gone through the roof. Oh no, sorry, this is this week, yeah. So you've bought them there, haven't you? Well, this was last week. Do you know when I said did that video about there was nothing available in the auction house? Everything just went so low. Right, check that first. There's actually really good profit margin on Dawnweave as well. So with the Dawnweave, it's easy to compare because you know you approximately get 1 for 1 almost. So that's like quite a big markup there, but the dawn weave's quite slow to sell. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with that because it's too slow to sell. Let me just do some weaver cloth stuff. So you can get back to crafting. And then we can get back to dyeing up here. Do you have a guide on engineering? I started leveling mine, but unsure in the parts I should be selling. Until you're pretty much got the best possible setup. So that's like, you know, to sell the parts, you need like all these upgraded fully to the best they could possibly be. You've got this profession spec, basically, to keep things simple. And you keep your invent buff up all the time. Then until you can do all of that, then you're probably not going to be selling any parts for profit. Because I'm selling parts for profit here, but it's not massive profit, and I've got all of that. So it's very difficult for you to be able to sell until you're sort of like completely set up. And obviously that's, you know, quite an investment to get that sorted. Especially because of crafting showing a loss. Yeah, it's showing a loss because you need all that other stuff. What was the best expansion for making lots of gold? I heard it was Wards of Draenor through Garrison. I think if you're talking about for a everyday WoW user, then it probably was WoD, because you just literally, like you said, you just printed gold for your garrisons. And especially because people weren't doing a lot else in the game. You just literally log in and you press one add-on button. And it was just printing like ridiculous amounts of gold for you. Because I remember I wasn't even a gold maker then, and they introduced the WoW token in that expansion, but only for game time. And I literally added like 4 or 5 years of game time to my account when they introduced it. It seemed like a really weird time to introduce the WoW token when everyone had loads of gold. Although in retrospect, you'd think that's actually a really good time to introduce it. If you introduce it when everybody's short on gold, then people are going to be more annoyed that you've introduced it. If everyone's got loads of gold because they're printing gold with the garrisons, I guess less people care about it at that point. You know, until they take all the gold away from you the next expansion in Legion. Is the cheat sheet for Patreon subscribers? It is on Patreon, yeah, but like I've said to a lot of people, it's not, the sheet's not finished yet. There's a lot to get added to it. And then it'll all need changing again. Everything's going to need changing on it multiple times as well. So when the File of Bountiful Season switches over, then the sheet's going to be useless for a while until I update all the numbers on it. And then when we get patch 0.1, it'll be a similar sort of issue as well, because they're changing all the multi-craft and resourcefulness. And that's the problem with using. There's a lot of advantages of using sheets and stuff like that, but the problem is keeping up to date all the time as well when anything changes. Oh, not paying attention. Getting distracted elsewhere. You need to cancel scan. Crap. Hopefully that'll finish him off. Yeah, that's going to do the job. I am going to use that fear one day and just like pull about 500 of the mobs, but balls are very slow sellers. Yeah, they are. It's why I craft them into bolts. It's just part of the process, basically. Yeah, it's just part of the crafting process of getting to the bolts. Oh, some more wood there. 2 to go. When do you think it's generally a good time to buy the high volume mats such as nullstones after the PTR comes out? When do you think it's generally a good time to buy the high volume mats? Like, you should be buying stuff as you use it, really. Like, if you need to craft something, then buy it. I wouldn't buy it before you need to craft it. Because you just, you know, you're just in a situation where you could lose a lot of gold if prices go down. Where's this wood? Let me go for full screen for a minute and see if I can find this wood. It's supposed to be one around here somewhere. Maybe. No. God, the spawn rate on stuff in Classic is just... Come on, where are you? There's obviously somebody else here doing it as well because of all the skins that get left about. My WoW Gold and Legion Gold carried me for like 2 expansions, yeah. The WoD Gold was just like absolutely crazy. Really was. We're down to 100k an hour now, or just below 100k an hour on selling these parts. I'm obviously not cancel scanning them very aggressively though. I'll kill you. I'm curious, they're still crafting at a profit as well. Yeah, so it's like these parts seem to always be crafting at a profit. It's just selling the things that's the issue. It's more. Oh no, go away, go away, go away. You are kidding me. Someone comes along and nicks that wood now. Not going to be happy. If you're doing rank 3 exquisite as well. Oh no, why have you got some of those? Do you just craft everything the same as what I do? The rank 3 exquisites I don't mind so much because I tend to find that the profits on them are fairly stable. It was just the inscription stuff that I found. The inscription and some of the alchemy stuff that I found just goes up and down a bit too much for my liking. Bro, hi. Can you please tell me what I do to make gold? As I come from back, I didn't play from mop. Everything you do, I do the same. Still only losing gold. What do you do wrong? Do you have like? What do you say like you're losing gold from? When you say you're doing stuff where you're losing gold from it. Like if you're talking about from a crafting perspective, then you need to use the craft sim add-on so you can see what's for a profit. Everything. You have like perfect profession set up. Making bags, doing unraveling, disenchanting. Like unraveling, like do you have? So if you're unraveling, do you have like all this gear? That with resourcefulness on it and resourcefulness enchant. Your profession bag. And what else have we got? There is some stats in here somewhere, isn't there? I'm sure there is. And then you need your weaving and unraveling capped as well. The thing is, if you don't have at this point in the expansion, we are 3 months into the expansion. If you don't have everything perfect, then you're going to be doing whatever you're doing at a loss, because there are literally going to be hundreds of people who are perfect. So until you have a character that's perfect with whatever it is you're trying to do, then I wouldn't try doing it, because you will lose gold from it. It's like I even said in the disenchanting video recently. So at this point in the expansion, ideally, not only do you need to be perfect, but you also probably really need to be a blood elf as well. You need the racial on top of that. But now's not a good time for disenchanting anyway, because literally I've just brought a video out about it as well. So whenever there's a video about something, people tend to rush to it, don't they? All right, just one more bundle of wood. Do we need 5% racial bonus? Harry, you're talking about for enchanting as well. You talking about disenchanting? So you don't 100% need it, but it's going to increase the amount of gold you get, basically. Or it's going to reduce the chance of you losing gold. If you don't have a perfect character, your losses are also compounded at every stage in the vertical integration if you have something. Yeah. Which is like, especially if you're doing a multiple stage disenchanting shuffle or anything like that, then it's very difficult for you to compete against those who not only have the best setup, but are also have the racial as well. So yeah, I'll go back to what I said earlier. I wouldn't be trying anything disenchanting, anything like that, unless you have a perfect setup. There's no racial that helps with tailoring. Well, there's the thingy. What's it called? The what? Sorry.
Crafting, the overall crafting ones.
Yeah, I can't remember what the race is called now.
I've got them written upstairs on a bit of paper,
Yeah, there's one that gives you +2 to all professions. I forgot what it's called. It's the Jaina. It's Jaina's profession thingy faction. Well, they give you +2, but that's not +2 for Cultiran. There we go. Yeah. Well, that +2 is not really going to help tailoring. There's nothing that gives +5, so there's nothing that's going to make that much of a difference. So you don't need to worry about it for tailoring. Cultiran, yeah. Everyone remembers it except for me, of course. So yeah, basically for tailoring, don't worry about your racial at all. But you do have to have that profession bag. That's essential. And I think that's the one that a lot of people miss. Morning, sir. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic, thank you. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. Any opinion on perception versus finesse for both mining and herbing? For herbing, it's 100% it's finesse. For mining, there's a bit more debate on it. Because obviously the perception is going to give you more North Stones, but the finesse is going to give you more stuff now. I think it generally, if you're really up to date on your mining and you have sort of all of the Iron Claw, Acarite, and Bismuth maxed out, so that you can get North Stones directly from them when you mine, rather than getting the fragments, then I think obviously perception is like, that's when it becomes a much closer call. If you don't have those, then I'd say it's definitely finesse. But the fact that there's so much debate about it, you know, it makes it so you don't have to worry about it so much, because obviously it's a very close call, so you can pretty much go with whatever you want, to be honest. But I think before you get to the point where you're getting North Stones from full North Stones from every node, then I'd probably go with finesse till then. But I imagine a lot of people are at that stage already by now. Don't forget to kill the rare. I've got no idea where the rare is around here. Oh no, I do need wood. Still need wood. Duckburg still needs wood. Duckburg, do you want to come up here? Oh, somebody's up here. I'm going to go and do this now, because this quest is a freaking nightmare. And there's like 5 people here doing it. That was easy. And I forgot my armor, but that's why they're killing me so fast. I only judge you slightly for forgetting. Oh, well. You can only fit so much in your head, I suppose, can't you? It's not like it's a massive racial bonus, I suppose. Quick hands on Taylor, yep. Thanks, guys. Forget every time. Thanking you. Did you say profession bag? Yeah. So every profession's got a profession bag, but they do different things. So it depends whether you need that profession bag. depends on whether you actually, depends what you're doing with the profession. So this one, the tailoring one, gives a bonus to unraveling. Now, if you're not unraveling cloth, then you don't need it. But if you are unraveling cloth, then it's absolutely essential that you have it. And for some professions, it's like absolutely essential, like sort of blacksmithing and a lot of enchanting, you need it as well. And then some professions like jewel crafting, only if you're crushing gems, which is, you know, fairly niche. And then for some professions, it's just terrible, like alchemy, where you're never going to use it. Or I've not found a use for it so far, at least, anyway. Yeah, there are some bags of bonuses to professions. Some are base and some are useless. You can do crafting orders. And yeah, basically what was said there. No. Let's help him kill it. If you turn your graphics settings all the way down, you can see the wood from 100 yards away. It gets hidden. Oh, that's... That is a pro tip. That's funny playing... Oh, yeah, look at that. That's how you imagine classic WoW being. Oh, that is... This is what I remember classic WoW as. All this, you know, this blockiness. Oh, there we go. I found one already. That makes... That were a pro tip. Thank you very much.
But you had your graphics settings down anyway to be able to see the 4 screens.
Oh, no. It's fine, right? It's going to go back up now, though, because that's a bit too much classic for me. It looks... At least we can sort of pretend it looks something like a modern game. So what's that? 4 quests to hand in. Yeah, thanks. That were an awesome tip. It was so difficult to see when you're playing on a tiny screen and they're hidden beneath all that stuff. Hopefully I should get level 10 from this. I'm running cold Tailoring for my gatherer. Not sure if it's actually that good. Was thinking of going Earthen instead. Well, it's giving you more plus skill, isn't it? There's a lot that you can... a lot of races that can get benefits from gathering. See, I'm a high mountain touring, aren't I? Yeah, that's the one. Because I like the faster mining speed, but you can actually cap that without, you know, really needing that, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, having the +2 skill, so you're getting higher quality stuff, that's as good a reason as any. Can I do this at level 9 on solo? I don't. Don't know if I can do. I don't know if I can do this at this level without dying, because I'm sure she spawns extra mobs, doesn't she? Although there's another guy here. Right, now we can do it. Oh god, she's gone down fast. Easy. Oh, and they've gone. At least they say thank you on Classic anyway. On retail, they wouldn't have said anything, would they? Fine. Loads of stuff to sell. Still not level 10, but should probably be there from all these quests. I'm so frustrated. I did reset on the Carapace back hide on EU server at 2 AM, slept 4 hours. Found orcs destroyed my work. Now I'm doing the same, and even though I'm losing gold. You, like, resetting any market is really risky. Always. And resetting, like, level working regions that have a fairly, not slow rate, but have a, you know, average sell rate. Like, if you're resetting a market, then you need to sell all your stuff before. You need to have time to be able to sell all your stuff before you can walk away from the game. Because you can't just reset the market and leave it overnight, because, like, it will just go back to where it was before. I don't know where to begin trying to make money in this system after bots ruined gathering. I mean, bots are definitely gathering, but the prices go down all the time anyway, whether bots are gathering or not. Like, the prices of everything go down over time, so your gold per hour is going to go down over time. Like someone said earlier, they can still make between 20 and 30k gold an hour mining and herbing at the moment. But in a month, that's going to be 15 to 20k, isn't it? So, like I did on the Zero to Gold Cap Challenge, you start with the mining and herbing to get the gold, just to go into other stuff if you don't like how the market is. Right, that's level 10, right? I've got no idea what spec to do. I'm assuming... Who shuts up? I might just go all in on him. I should use the Void Walker really, but you know, why not? Let's do things a bit crazy. Let's just face tank everything. This will be the Void Walker quest, won't it? Greetings, Warshaw. How's it going? How is it going over on the Twitch side of things? If you want to gather, go gather all world stuff. You don't have to compete with bots. There's plenty to go around. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about the Dragonflight stuff for sure. Like, the ores in Dragonflight are selling more than a lot of the ores in the War Within. If you go there with Dragonflight, if you go there with War Within tools, then you can make some decent gold from that if you have a, you know, a Dragonflight setup. But there's others as well. Some people have said even BFA gathering is apparently doing okay as well. But it's because all these materials are getting recycled in engineering. This expansion. Dying. Don't want to die. Oh, he's finished. Didn't notice he was done. Lesson learned, yeah. Like when you, if you reset a market, then people are going to respond as the price goes up. You need to literally be, if you're resetting it, you need to just be sat there babysitting it. But not just that. You know, more what you see on the market isn't all that's available. There's going to be people sat there watching the markets with loads in their bags. And then when you start chucking stuff on, you know, when you make the price really high, then they're just going to put more on the auction house. Right. Can go there. I can probably sell that, can't I? Auction house bound, surely. Rest of the stuff is just vendor trash. Why is all materials selling so often at such high prices, even like the ore from Wrath of the Lich King and Classic are selling so well? Because I can show you because I'm on the engineer. So on engineers, you have pilfer through parts, and you can pilfer through stuff from old expansions. So you've got like a handful of copper bolts here from Classic, or bronze tubes and stuff like that. Basically, you've got loads of different engineering parts from different expansions. So people can turn those old world materials, they can pilfer them and not only get parts for the new mounts, for the new engineering mount, but they can also get like all the rusted scrap and stuff that they need as well. So it was an interesting choice by Blizzard to make it so all those materials are so much more useful. And then obviously because of that, the price on those materials and the demand for those materials has obviously gone up a lot. Why I reset Ace of Radiance after your disenchanting video to 50G and someone put 1,000 of them on for 25G instantly. It was 27 gold before reset. Gutted. You know, that's probably more, what you did there was probably more like the sort of reaction that you have to have when someone makes a video like that. Like someone puts a video out like that and you know, oh, people are going to go and buy the cards now. Really? You sending me over there? Oh god, this freaking game. Got to run all the way back. Yeah, I mean, it was a ballsy move, but it was a sort of move that definitely could have worked out because you know people are going to go straight for those cards. You know, people who can ignore what I say and say, don't do it if the cards are expensive. They're just going to buy them anyway and do it, and then complain that they lost gold from doing it. So yeah, I mean, you was unlucky to lose gold there. I'm surprised you didn't make gold from that. It was just unlucky that somebody was obviously sat on a load of them. A lot of people won't even do the math; they would just buy. Yeah. Even when I say in the video, you need to know the outcomes and you need to know this and all that. Like you said, they won't do any of the math. They'll just buy it, do it, lose gold from it, and then not be happy when they lose gold from it. Oh, kill the rabbit. So yeah, it was a good move. Just unlucky that it didn't work out. Because I imagine a lot of people wouldn't have even bothered checking to see what the cheapest deck was. They'd have just gone there and just bought whichever cards, basically. Yeah, I felt dirty doing it to your subs, but I ended up losing anyway. Haha. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's fair game. It's not like it's me that's buying up. If it was me that was buying up the cards and then releasing the video, then that's an issue. But if somebody else is thinking, oh, wait, someone's brought this video out, I think people can be buying the cards, then, that's fair game. Yeah, so I think the conclusion with these engineering parts then is, you can craft these things and they are going to craft at a profit. They don't seem to drop below not being a profit. But it's just taking a while to sell them all. It's not even like the video did that well. It's not like it went crazy or anything. It only got like 5,000 views. So it shouldn't have, that much of an effect on the market. Where are we going? I need to kill more Murlocs. Are you kidding me? I've got to vendor as well. I'm sure there's somewhere over here I can vendor. I saw the market change before your video, and that was like, aha, that's why that's happening. Yeah. People will. Oh, that's a big upgrade. People will do that sort of stuff. Where's that cloak on? Oh, got a proper dress now. I want that. I want a vendor. Good idea to kill these Murlocs off. Selling tinder boxes with the materials needed by the forge vendor is also a good income. Yeah, well, some of those have got really expensive as well, haven't they? That obviously involves watching all the markets to see what's going on with all of them at once. Because what is it? Is it 3 different items you can trade for the tinder box? Is it 4? 3, 4? So let's go and have a look because I'm sat right next. It's this guy, isn't it? Yeah, 4 different items you can trade. All of those have got dead expensive as well now, haven't they? Yes, that's basically just averaged out all those drops, which is good because some of those were getting ridiculously cheap as well, weren't they? So, what's the hunter? Hello, what's your hunter in the top left doing? He's just sat here waiting for a mob to spawn to kill, basically. Farming the big red ray gun toy. On the EU, there's zero profit on the Tinderbox vendor thing. All your profit gets eaten up by the 5% auction house fee. You're looking at sub 1% margin. Yeah, well, I don't think anybody's interested in a sub 1% margin. It's something that's probably not profitable very often. But another one of those things, you just need to be watching it all the time because occasionally it will sort of flip over and be profitable for a bit. But of a personal question, what is your day-to-day job? Finance related or similar? Nope. Nothing. I'm a nurse. Nothing to do with finance whatsoever. But everyone always thinks that. I get that question at least once a stream. Although, to be fair, at one point I was training to be an accountant before I was a nurse, so maybe I do have a little bit of background in it. Yeah, now those Tinderbox trade mats have gone up. It's actually good gold to spend undercoins on the Regent bags from the undercoin vendor. I was at thousands of undercoins, made like 40k. Solid investment. Did you message me on Discord about that? Because someone did when it first happened. You kill that. You post those. Sorted. He's a crypto bro. No, he doesn't have any crypto. Oh, scroll of spirit. I'll take that. Where's all these Costa all together? Should have gone up north. There's miles more Murlocs up there. Greatly, I buy a lot of them before the price go up. Well, you know what I feel about speculating about prices going up. Right. Can we just pull this one? Got a feeling we can't just pull that one over there. Wasn't me. I'm on the Discord, but I haven't chatted yet, lol. Yeah, someone messaged me about it. You know, a few weeks ago. But I didn't. Well, maybe video, but I was doing so much at the time anyway already. Right, I've got a feeling I'm going to pull two here. Yeah. Right. Bring him down. Yeah, he's half dead before he even comes back. That's getting a bit. What? Was a bit close for my liking. Why can't I drink any more of those yet? That seemed a bit buggy. I don't know why I wouldn't drink that. Right. I had a friend who made almost $1 million off Dogecoin in 2019. He spent all of it already. And that was in 2021. Yeah, the problem is when you give somebody a lot of money who is not used to handling money, then they're not very good with money, are they? If you have somebody that invests in like slow long-term shares, then it's not like a get-rich-quick scheme. But you tend to find people that get rich quick can also lose it just as quick. There's been a couple of lottery winners here in the UK that have won the lottery, won huge sums of money, and then they've ended up having to go back to their old jobs because they've just blown it all in like a year. Like how you can spend that amount of money in that amount of time is just, it baffles me. Yeah, famous with lottery winners. Yeah. There's one guy. Yeah, this guy won 9,700,000. And just lost it all and went back to his old job of just, you know, basically collecting dustbins and stuff. He just basically just had a very long party. But even if you're going to do that, which is fair enough if that's what you want to do, but you'd at least like set yourself up long term, so you'd make sure you had a house and enough money so you don't have to work again. If you get 9.8 million and you want to go and blow a load of money, then you go and blow 9 million, don't you? You don't just blow everything, so you have to go back to your old job and your old life. UK got the last 200 million plus prize. Crazy. I could fix 95% of my problems with 200k. I could fix 95% of my problems with 20k, I think. Although 200k, because as soon as you're mortgage free, then basically life's easy mode from there, isn't it? I suppose that depends where in the country you live and what your mortgage is like. But yeah, as soon as that mortgage is gone, then basically you're playing life on easy mode then. How do you get 75% crafting speed? So you get the Weaver's buff, which is from Ashkahet. Oh, I'm dying somewhere. Just a minute. Let me just not die in hardcore first. Yeah, from the weekly quest in Ashkahet, you pick up the Weavers and you get that reputation up. Right, let me just kill this guy before I die. No. I've got any food? Actually, don't have any food. Kidding me, right? Get rid of that. Eat that. Get a bit of life back. And then you can get another 30% from the File of Quick Hands. So just those two alone will get you 60%, and then you'll get the other 15% just from your profession, basically. Just from your profession gear. And that works the same with all professions, basically. He could have retired, yeah. Well, that would be your priority, wouldn't it? Like I said, even if you're going to blow all that money, you just sort the rest of your life out first. Imagine that first day back to your job after you had like 9.8 million. Like going back to that routine. But when you have money, do you have friends because of that or not? Well, if you get all that money, you're just careful about making new friends, aren't you? Like anyone that was your friend before the money, that's fair enough. But people that have suddenly decide to become your friends, then, you know, you have to be really cautious there. Because they're only after one thing, aren't they? You 20k, me 200k, but that's because I have 2 kids. Yeah, well, I'm kid free. So I'm probably already playing life on easy mode, aren't I? Well, yeah, I think the amount of money that would change most people's lives, like, forever is, like, whatever pays off a mortgage for them. Like, if you're mortgage and debt free, then, you know, that's just a pretty amazing situation to be in. Exactly what I was about to say. That why wouldn't you set yourself up with life with that kind of money? Yeah. Here it comes, someone to ruin rank 3 bolts. Oh, they better not be doing it at the moment. Because I'm literally just crafting all this stuff now.
They're doing it because they're watching you do that. XMK checked money.
Wow, that Ashka buff is new to me. Why didn't I think of that? It's not particularly well. You don't really get signposted there or anything. There's 2 of them again. I don't really want to take 2 on at a time. It's too. Just a bit too risky for my liking. Oh, there's a bit more further down here. It would be humiliating, to be honest, yeah. How long does it take for a returning person to catch up with professions and start making gold? Well, I managed to get a profession on the video I think I brought out last Friday when we were talking about profession catch-up. I managed to get a profession to a point where it could make gold in about 2 weeks, but I also spent a lot of gold in that process. And the profit margins are quite thin at the moment, unfortunately. They're just in groups everywhere, aren't they? It's okay, it's moving away now. You're saying we can't be friends, sad now. Well,
Who can't be friends?
I've not just won 9.8 million, have I? If I had, I think I'd be on a plane somewhere, to be honest. As much as I love being here with you guys, I think I'd be on a plane somewhere. Someone came in and lowered the price from just below 100 to 95.
I know you're going to be posting it in a minute.
My crafting cost was at 83. That's a break even for auction house, so I'd still be at 12 gold. We'll see if it stays like that. Not unusual. It happens quite a lot when as soon as I start crafting anything. Damon, you're posting small batches all the time. By the time you are done, cancel and all, ready, try again. If you get an instant poster, cut them by way too much, just wait for them to sell, yeah. But the profit margins on those exquisite weaver cloth bolts aren't bad. I mean, it takes ages to craft the stuff, so the gold per hour, you know, is not fantastic. But that's less of a concern for me compared to most people because I do have the multiple accounts, obviously. But that's, I guess, more of a problem for people with only one account because there's always people out there who are willing to do it for a lower gold per hour because they're running multiple accounts. Saturday evening is a good moment to sell without being undercut. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people that play on a Saturday, really, does there? Oh, done with that quest. Yeah, I always assumed it would be a time when a lot of people would be playing, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I might actually be able to skin it because it's stackable. Yeah. Oh crap, there's... Fine. We'll sit over here. We'll play it safe still. And I've let my armor drop up again. Right, just a minute. Let me go on Discord and sort this out. Right, sorry, guys. Let me sort out whatever's going on Discord. Which channel did you say? Scammer in Discord crafting channel. Right, just a moment. See what's going on. Thank you for that. I do need to get some mods or something on Discord because obviously I'm not there all the time. Right. I think that's the thing to overcome, especially in expansion. When I look at material price, I think that's way too much. I'm not buying that. Well, yeah, I think at the start of the expansion, on that first night, I was buying rank 2 bismuth at crazy prices. What was it at? What was I buying at? Go back. What was it? The end of August, wasn't it? Yeah. End of August. Hope you guys are farming because it's not very often I'm paying 400 gold each for a rank 2 ore. So that's what I was paying for rank 2 bismuth at one point. For rank 2 bismuth, and what's it at now? That's what I mean. At the start of the expansion, literally when I mean at the start of the expansion, I mean like that first night you want to go farming. Like 400 gold for a rank 2 ore. It's just like, it's just absolute craziness. But obviously, like you're saying, it puts that barrier there to scare people off from doing professions to begin with. So that same barrier was there with Enchanting. I'm not going to be able to find this in, am I? Get that. Get that. Yeah, so that same barrier was there for Enchanting. The cost of Storm Dust and everything was also ridiculously high. So leveling up Enchanting was ridiculously expensive. So nobody did it, but that's why the concentration builds were running at 100,000 gold profit per craft, or 300,000 to 400,000 gold for your whole concentration. It was just crazy. But obviously, there's big risks because you don't know how it's going to turn out. True, but another thing I noticed on the weekend seemed to be more profitable, which is weird. Prices are going down before during reset for weeks. Like reset days are fantastic for sales rate, but it's also a bit of a nightmare for competition as well, isn't it? So you're not the first person who said to me about, everyone says about selling on reset day. Well, people would say they'd rather sell on other days. If you want some advice, craft whenever you can, sell around Wednesday PM, 5 PM. Restock Fridays or Tuesdays. That sounds like EU advice. 14 gold, yeah, we had early access. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the early access, if you're going to do something like that, like just go, I'm going to use this early access just to do some mining in particular. Herbin, that was okay, but the mining in particular, if you just say, I'm going to just use this early access to do mining and herbalism, it will pay for itself like several times over if you put the hours in. Did I actually miss a quest there completely? Right, let's put my armor back up, which I keep forgetting to do. Right, don't need. That's sellable. Oh, just a minute. An upgrade. Nearly missed that one. Bam, got backspace again. I'll probably train as well, can't I? Can't remember. Did I train at level 10? I can't remember. Rain, so I definitely did not. Learned about 20 new abilities. 174G profit per craft on ciphers. Such a slow sell rate though, which that must be the rank 3 one surely, because the rank 1 and 2 barely even sell for more than that. I on a Discord group that's it. Yeah, Jesus. Another lower on bolts. Why do this? Why what we down to now? Down to 91. Down to 92. Is it called Piggy by any chance? That screenshot goes in the venting channel, doesn't it? I need 83 to break even. So if it goes down much more, then I'm not even going to be making any gold from this. But if it goes down to like 85 or something like that, I'm not going to sell at that price. I'll just list them at like 95 and just wait till it goes back up. Or 95 or 99 or something. What's with that jump there? Oh, I don't know. Especially now that you can do level profession, there's no need to do the same as everybody else. Yeah. It's walled as well with 8k. Will take ages to clear. Safer to sell while there's still a small profit. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go all the way down to 81. Is multiboxing allowed in this game? It depends what you define as multiboxing. So if by multiboxing you mean controlling multiple characters at once, using single keystrokes to send sort of commands to every account, then no, then that's completely illegal. And you will get banned for it very quickly. But if you mean having multiple accounts open and controlling them all individually at once, then yes, you're allowed to do that. What's that? Is that the follower goal? Oh, just subscribed. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Doing great on Twitch today, aren't we? Thank you, thank you. That funky music that we have playing. It'll probably go off again in a minute because we've got a follower goal of 200. And we're at 196, so we're probably going to get the funky music playing again in a minute. K-Chak starting a classic gold grind. I'm literally just playing it casually a little bit. And I'm limiting myself to playing it on stream a little bit while I'm doing some of the other goal making. Because I know if I start playing it off stream, I will start spending too much time on it. Oh, that Fred. And I don't want to go and spend like 2 weeks or a week or whatever to level characters up on Classic. As much as I love it and I would enjoy it, I'd rather be either streaming or making videos. So I'd rather limit myself to only being able to do it at certain times. Right. You just use that. Get crafting. Because otherwise it's going to affect the otherwise it's going to affect, you know, all the videos and stuff that the amount of videos and stuff that I put out. Someone reset to 180 a few days ago. Was a good time. Yeah, I mean, it'll it's going to happen. It's going to go up and down all the time, isn't it? Although going all the way to 180, when you've got a crafting cost of, like, at the moment I've got, what do we say, 82, 83. $82.9. So you're like more than doubling your gold then. You know, that is a pretty, you know, a pretty nice situation to be in. Just a small thank you for all the advice over the past couple of months. Oh, that's fine. I'll keep an eye out for your comments. Thank you very much. No, it's very much appreciated. And it's nice to know that, you know, people appreciate any advice I do give out. Is botting gold farming an issue in War Within like it is in Classic? 100%. But I would say probably the knock-on effect in Classic's probably worse because there's less ways to make gold. That is just like, I'm not basing that off anything other than the fact that, you know, there's just so many ways you can make gold in retail, and you are very much more limited in Classic. Although I'm sure the retail people probably don't necessarily agree with me on that. I think I will sort engineering out tomorrow. It's a it's one of the more annoying professions to get going. And it's okay, like, even if I look at all this now, if I look at all these, I'm not going to die on hardcore right now, I should be safe there. I've got the buff up. So the buff's not even up, so let me get the buff up. So we're testing things fair. Don't know, do I even need to be here to... So we're going to invent to give us the buff back. That's fine. So if we look at, if we just use crafts in profit margins, like 9 gold, 13 gold, 14 gold, 14, 2 gold, 86 gold, 108, that's a loss. Oh, some of the rank 3 ones are a bit crappy. I need to stop posting those. I think someone's probably doing something funky with the market, by the looks of it. But the rank 2 ones seem to be selling fine. See what's going on here, because I'm not really obviously paying enough attention to this. Yeah, it's always nice when something like bolts or tempered potions get reset. I mean, it's really hard for tempered potions to get reset nowadays. Like, there's just so many of them on the auction house. But yeah, it would be nice if those bolts got reset for me at least anyway. I'd take 180 right before I finish crafting them. Always got a small stack of pots just for that. We'll just sat waiting for the reset. Right, I'm going to manually list the rank 3 stuff. I want to see what's going on. See, that's what's going on. Someone's just dropped it by at 10 gold. I will sell there. No, there. And be patient and wait. Yeah, look, what the hell's going on? This is why they were suddenly crafting for a loss, because some idiot's gone and done that. Sell those there. Someone's just dumped every single market, haven't they? That I'm not bothered about 4 gold. That's fine. That's fine. Fine, right, is that everything? That's fine. I'm going to not worry about posting on there anymore now. Hey, are there any ways to make gold AFK? Well, you can do some sort of crafting stuff if you have a perfect crafter, or you can do what I'm doing here and just sit on a farm. just sit on a mob that spawns like every 6 or 7 minutes and just kill it. So it depends what you define as AFK. Like this sort of crafting stuff, but obviously if you need to do this sort of crafting stuff, then you need a perfect crafting setup to be able to do it. I've made around 100 to 120k in an hour and a half with tailoring Blacksmithing army while building it up and taking it easy. It's really good gold per hour still. I thought I was making less, and that's spot on in an hour and a half, isn't it? Have you stood under the piston in the engineering blacksmithing room yet? No, there's an achievement, isn't there, apparently? Let's go and do it now. Someone said, I'm sure I saw a Mampus' stream, you get an achievement for it, apparently. Yeah, you do. Spot on. Easiest 5 achievement points ever. Where are we going? It's back around here, isn't it? So I've manually listed those, and some of them are still selling. It's going to take a while for some of those undercuts to sell through, I think. But I'm not selling at those prices. Those prices have just gone crazy low. Engineering is usually a very fun profession to play with. I think it's close to 10 million reset. Yeah, only a small stack of 1500, it's worth it, even if it's a small reset. You only play WoW because of auction house. Basically, now, yes. I only play WoW for the economy. Although I say that as I'm leveling up a character on hardcore. So I do occasionally do other things. Did I use that? I used that tone thing, didn't I? I didn't upgrade my abilities, did I? Right. That. Still using rank. Not using my health stone, because I need a soul shard for that. Rank 2. That's fine. I need to change the macro, don't I? Rank 2. Right. Should be good to go now. As soon as that disappears off the middle of my screen. Yeah, quick hands again. Yeah, thank you. Did see what you'd said, yeah. Crafting takes auction house prices even when it's sold by a vendor. Goblin racial help. Yeah, I need to be less lazy when it comes to that. Because I've got to admit, I don't completely take advantage of that. The last time I've really thought about that was in Shadowlands when we buy no stupid bloody shard things that were 100 gold each, and at that point it really was worth, you know, taking advantage of that ratio. I'm getting a load of. Can't even use a sword though, can I? Congrats on the achievement. Yeah, it was hard work. Where are we going? No, I'm going to die here at some point. I don't know if I should even try Hogger. You should try Path of Exile 2 when it comes out. One true economy game. Yeah, it's just like a lot of farming now, isn't it? Oh, didn't see you. Right, I guess we're doing it as a group. Oh yeah, I need to get my soul shards, don't I? That was a thing. Right. Right. Yeah, I'll pull him, but you guys tank him, yeah? Oh, he's just melting. Absolutely melting. Easy mode. I'm so ready for Path of Exile 2. Got 67k hours in Path of Exile 1. I played it, but I found it's a game where you have a lot to learn, which I used to absolutely love that in games. But now I find as I get older, I just can't be bothered. So if you've not already put the time in to learn those games, it's obviously going to take you a lot of effort to learn those games. And the same thing was true of the likes of things like League of Legends. Like, there's just too much of a learning curve for me to bother to learn it. So I play like, I would rather play something like Heroes of the Storm, which is a much, the game is not as good, but if you don't want to have to put all the time in to learn, then you can actually sort of play it, if you get what I mean. And the same with Path of Exile 2 versus Diablo, isn't it? It's Path of Exile 2, Path of Exile is just a better game. But you need to be willing to put the effort in to learn it. And if you put 6 or 7k hours, 6 or 7k hours into Path of Exile 1, then obviously you just know everything. Although I might have to give it a go. It's such a big release, isn't it? Playing it as a complete, I don't have a clue. Could be interesting in its own way. Is it 10th of December or something that comes out? Did I hear? I'll get rid of him. You get. What's the biggest profitable method with tailoring? I just like doing crafting the exquisite weaver cloth bolts from scratch, because you're going through, if you are the best crafter you can possibly be, then you're going through so many stages that it's very hard for you to not make gold from it, even if it is time consuming. But you need a hell of a setup on a tailor to be able to do that. I feel like they need to buff ratios for crafters playing a Nightborn Inscription. You basically gain no value from it. The 5 knowledge point doesn't allow you to craft much of anything with rank 2 math. Can't you trade one of your pigments when you're going into inks for rank 2 or something like that, if I remember. What auction house ratio? It's the goblin vendor ratio. So you can always buy things at the cheapest possible prices, basically. And I think it's actually probably more than 100k because I can craft middle regions myself with BIS crafters. Thanks again for the vertical integration device. Yeah, and the more you obviously the more you get used to doing that and doing it across more professions over the longer term, then you're just going to make more and more gold from it. No, Path of Exile isn't much farming. There are legitimately people who play the game by never leaving their hideout and just crafting, market, manipulating. And it's also the most profitable way to play. Okay, that's really interesting. But I imagine you need a lot of market knowledge to be able to do that. So, like, I can do some crazy things in the WoW economy, but I can do the crazy things in the WoW economy because I know I sort of know what works, what doesn't work. And a lot of the time that comes from, it tends to come from making mistakes and learning from mistakes. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I might, when is it out? When's it out? PoE. Oh, it's 6th of December. What are we looking at? We're looking at this time next week, guys. Oh, maybe we'll have to give it a go. It's only a week away. Might just be funny just to fail on it horribly anyway, mightn't it? PoE 1 had a very in-depth crafting system, probably the definition of convoluted. Path of Exile 2 crafting looks much more straightforward. I mean, like, I'm happy enough for the crafting system to be complex and convoluted and all that sort of stuff. It's just the actual gameplay when you literally, you know, where you literally have to copy paste someone else's build, or you need to like a PhD in maths to be able to figure out what actually works in the game. Comes out in 7 days and 3 hours. Yeah, 7 days and 3 hours. It's not like you're counting every hour or anything. Yeah, the nice thing about Path of Exile 2 is that everything is getting reworked mostly, so the playing field is more even. December 6th for early access. Oh, they're doing early access as well, are they? So how's that working? Because I thought it was normally like a free-to-play game. So they're actually selling a base game now. You do realise, guys, if you get me to something like Path of Exile 2, it does mean like less videos and stuff get made. It means I'm actually playing stuff rather than, oh no, didn't see you. Is it a good idea to buy augment runes when low and sell high? I mean, I always think you have to be cautious, whatever it is you're buying low and selling high. Because people come up with all sorts of logic as to why it's going to go up and why it's, you know, not going to go up or whatever. But just remember, you need the price to go up by 5% just to break even because of the auction house cut. They're all annoyingly in camps, aren't they? Yeah, augment runes you can make a lot of gold off investing in, but you need to invest in them in the first week of the expansion, normally. So, watch this go and prove me wrong now. All right, where are we going back? Yeah, completely proved me wrong. Like, yeah, the first few days they're expensive, but then they come down. You know, like at 1,000 to 1,200 gold. Then obviously when raid starts coming out, they've pretty much doubled in price. But now they're back to basically where they were at the start of the expansion. To be fair, they're still slightly higher. Like you said, they do go up and down. But it's whether it's going to keep going down. You could buy them up and they could just keep going down. You never really know what's going to happen. $30 for early access, then free to play on release. Okay. Well, to be fair, $30 isn't, you know, for what you're getting from the game. If you're going to spend that amount of time in it, then $30 is basically nothing, is it? Oh, wrong button. Augment runes will spike when next raid comes out. Yeah. I mean, it could do. But it's like everything. People say tempered potions are going to spike when the next raid comes out. Have a check or something. Let's have a... So to be fair, you could well be right. So the best thing to look at is look back at your previous expansions. So when was Dragonflight raid releases? So Vault came out on the 10th of and 12th of September. So that's fine. Then the next one came out in May. The next one came out there. So yeah, you definitely had a increase in price there. Then your next one came out in November. So then when the November one came out, it's not changed. If anything, it's gone down. It's more likely. It is more likely to go up on the first one because people have had less time to stockpile. So it's more likely to go up in season 2, but it's it's far from guaranteed. Don't think potions will really. A lot of the serious guilds will have bisque crafters now, so will not need to mass buy stock from the auction house. Yeah, I mean, it is a bit different between augment runes and potions because people can just mass produce potions all day, can't they? Right. Whereas augment runes are sort of limited supply, aren't they? I've never understood why they don't make augment runes crafted, but it just sounds like something that should belong for Inscription, really, doesn't it? But right, nearly got my weave cloth bolts done anyway. So I decided to pick blacksmithing and shuffle mining, herbalism, enchanting, and end up with blacksmithing Inscription. Question is, I have 2k items of gear. Should I pick up another profession or invest Inscription? So have you made one profession bis already? Like if you've got one profession bis, then you can move on to another one, but don't start another profession until your first one's like perfect, basically. It's just so annoying. They're all in such big camps. Amedrasil had an infinite rune from reputation. Yeah, but that will people have had that on release of the raid? Because obviously that is going to affect the price. Oh crap, I didn't see the other ones there. Oh god, he went down fast. Did he reset? Are you kidding me? The one that actually had tagged on was trying to reset? Or was he just fleeing because he was low on life? I think augments are going to go down soon because the cost of patron orders are going down. And they're probably going down because less people are going to be using them at the moment, aren't there? Like demand every day is going down as more people, as less people are raiding. Solo guy. I will one day remember that I don't have instant corruption. Yes, full on alloy for blacksmithing with all blues, and you've got your bag as well, yeah? Because for blacksmithing, that bag is essential. And if you've got all that, and you've still got all that acuity left over, then yeah, you've got enough to get another profession. But I don't want to tell you what profession to go for because, you can make gold off all of them, but I would suggest staying away from Alchemy. And I would generally suggest staying away from Enchanting as well, just because of the amount of concentration builds. But anything else besides that, you can make some gold on. See, personally, on my level worker, probably not much use to you because you've got all the acuity. But on my level worker, I went and picked up skinning. And it's just simply so that I could refine the herbs myself for my rank 3 crafts. To cut down the crafting costs. And to be honest, if you hadn't farmed the acuity already and had huge amounts of acuity sat there, You know, it'd probably be easier for you to have that because it's worth it for cutting your crafting costs down. But if you've got all that acuity, then you may as well spend it on the crafting profession because it's not that different to, you know, using a miner on another character to do your refining. You're just mailing stuff over, and it's a bit annoying, isn't it, sometimes? Be careful with the seasonal class. The craft cost will be lower. But on the other hand, they will change ingenuity and multi-craft. Yeah. Watch someone from Liquid in the second raid last second. He bought like 20 to 30 million gold worth in the auction house last season. Yeah, they do. But then they also charge you. And when I was looking at it, I think it was 50 million gold to get run through the raid. You know, they do spend a lot, but they make a lot of gold back as well. And people are paying it, because if they weren't paying it, that wouldn't be the price. You know, they couldn't sort of sustain that price for long if people weren't. I've got a feeling I can ninja you away. Oh, nice. Yeah, so those guilds spend ridiculous amounts of gold. They soon make it back. You know, they can probably do a curve run like every 8 or 9 minutes, can't they? I'm holding on to a third of mine from orders. No harm doing so. Yeah, because yeah, you might make a bit more, but the end in the end of the day, it's probably not cost you a lot if it's come from your Patreon orders, has it? So. And you could make some more from it if you don't need the gold for now, like some people have said in chat. Then there's no harm in it, really, is there? Yeah, have the bag and getting into some crafting, but seems rough during. Yeah, I've been using Inscription, my own treatise. Yeah, yeah. I mean, profit margins are terrible. There's no getting away from that, unfortunately. And blacksmithing, I just find more annoying because the buff you're using only lasts 10 minutes. I find that unnecessarily short. For whatever reason, they decided to go with that. I need to switch those two around. I keep having it in my head to just move straight away. Well, yeah, if you've got all that acuity, then you've basically got another profession to set up then, haven't you? Another one. But yeah, I think largely you need to be refining your own. Or now, see, this is the problem when I put advice out like that out there. So I tell you to refine your own herbs or whatever, bring down your crafting costs. But then everybody's doing it, and then it becomes essential to do it in order to make any profit. So it does help, but it also sort of hinders at the same time. I think they said around 600 million. Yeah, I mean, that's fairly sort of normalish to what they've done in previous raid tiers as well, isn't it? Which, like I said, sounds like a lot, but they can soon make it back. You know, if they can carry a couple of people through the Mythic raid and they're selling it at 50 million a time, then, you know, they've made 100 million back already a week just from doing that on Mythic. And that's without doing all the heroic carries. So I won't worry about it too much. They'll soon have the banks and everything full again. Right. Sort these out first. Right. $1,400-ish. Fine, you can get busy. Is there any way to get resourcefulness refining herbs and or not including bountiful seasons in winter? I don't think so. Nothing that I found or heard. We just basically need to wait for that to flick over. And we're not 100% sure on the date. So I've heard a few people say 1st of December. But I think the most likely one is the 21st of December. Because that's the one that's been used previously by Blizzard. So we've got, what, at least another 3 weeks yet? On a threshold, specialise on healing potions, need less points, about 80, and be a potential entry point for Alchemy. If you found a way for resourcefulness to refine herbs, you have a gold mine. Is it 80 points? Because you're going to need bulk. And you're going to need, so you need bulk, and that's going to be, well, let's have a look at the calculator a second. So you'd be able to craft the rank 2s maybe on 80, but I don't think you'd be able to craft rank 3s on 80. Because to have any chance of being profitable, you have to have bulk production maxed. What do we want? Can't use a staff, are you kidding me? Right, let's go and learn to use a staff so I can actually hit things and get my stats. Yeah, because surely you need to max bulk production. You need to max potent potions. So that's, I think, 55 is that? And then you need to max Alchemy Chaos. So that's going to take you to 105. And then you need to max the herb as well, which I think is that 30 or 40. But you could do it on rank 2s just by maxing bulk production and maxing the herb. Maybe. But if you found that it's actually worked for you, then it doesn't matter what anybody thinks at the end of the day. Just if you find something that works, don't matter what people say, just do it. I'm a blood elf. Guess I should get enchanting. Well, you've got the head start of enchanting. And you've got the easiest profession to catch up on as well. But just don't try crafting enchants with anything other than concentration, because I think you'll have a bad time. Right. I need to remember. Sure, there's a guy around here that teaches you to use a staff, isn't there? And 2 stamina is sort of pretty godly. Is he up here, I think, in this one? This is the one. Staffs. Thank you. I'm not going to... Yeah, I would be making so much. Yeah, I only make rank 2 potions with that. Not optimal, but still got some money. The thing is, if you're making profit with alchemy, that's extremely difficult anyway. So if you found a way to do it, it doesn't matter what the profit margins are. Just take it, especially when you've got such a low amount of knowledge points. Right, I don't think I need any more soul shards now. Keep me going forever, pretty much. Right, I am going to try seeing if any of this stuff will sell on the auction house. Although I don't actually know what the vendor prices are because I've not got an add-on for that. Two, 6, 2. That one's just a lot more. Have a look, see if it's worth selling them. I can remember how to even use this thing. I just put that. And just put that. Just say level 5, 100 swords. 100 swords, say below level 8, uncommon. Yeah, I don't think this stuff's going to be worth selling. It's barely selling for more than... It's barely selling for more than vendor price. Just get rid of that. Yeah, I'm going to vendor it. Don't mess about. Did they eventually update the catch-up you get for other professions? I thought of grinding herb and mining again on another tune is dreadful. I wouldn't do... I did a catch-up character recently for level working, and all I did was the enchanting catch-up, and it worked fine. I got enough art and security from that, and doing the patron orders for that character's new profession for a couple of weeks, and the character was fully set up then, basically. So you don't need to do the mining and herbing anymore. No mining, no herbing, no skinning. Just do the enchanting one and do everything slowly over time, and you'll be fine. Here we go. some of the stuff is selling through on Enchanting already, so they must be getting some of those blocks, those massive undercuts that people have done must be selling through at least. I would be making so much of Enchanting if there wasn't full catch up. I was on that train for a while, yeah. But it's Enchanting so competitive because one, you have the concentration builds, which are really good that everyone's set up, but secondly, it's so easy for anybody to set up an Enchanting character. You can do it in like 20 minutes. And you can have like, 200 plus knowledge in 20 minutes. If they don't fix that, you can make a macro to use in auction house outside the building. You need to select the auction house guy and use action key on the box outside. Okay. I'd not heard that before. $61. Yeah, I'm going to buy some bread. Do with another action bar, couldn't really. Put some of the stuff on here that I don't really use very much. Chuck my bread and water on there as well. There we go. Decked out. Good to go. What's the best way to sell high quantity of items in your opinion, mostly to avoid paying too much deposit? It like if you're trying to sell fast, then you have to undercut, and if you undercut and you're paying a lot in deposits because you're cancelling a lot as well, aren't you? So if you're trying to avoid paying deposits as much as possible, then I would just be listening for 12 hours and forgetting about them. You might have to do that quite a few times to sell, and then you're worried about the price going down, aren't you? It's a double-edged. It's like a double-edged sword thing. Like, unfortunately, paying deposit costs and losing out on them is just how you have to sell in the market we have when it's so competitive. I really probably should have done the Warlock quest while I was there. Just post a small amount every 5 minutes or so. Yeah. I mean, that's what I tend to suggest. Just, well, if you're trying to sell fast, then I would post regular and small amounts. But you will have to cancel scan. But it does depend on the market as well as to how fast stuff's going to sell through. But if you know you're in a stable market and you're not expecting the price to go down, you can just leave stuff overnight. And that's how you're going to get your minimum deposit costs, just by posting it 12 hours at a time. But like we said, it's just whether it'll sell. Right. Can I get... You stopped crafting already. 525. Go. Right, guys. I think we might have to call it there for today. I think I'm even going to have to half stone back. Because my stomach is making too much noise. I can't have you guys listening to this. I'm going to have to go and eat something, I think. It's that time of the day. So guys, thanks for coming again. I am hoping to do this more and more often. And I do really appreciate you guys coming and sort of hanging out for a bit. And spending some of your day sat with me. Rambling on about various stuff completely unrelated to WoW. But you know, it's something to do, isn't it? I'll try and get some more videos made for the weekend as well, if we can. Hopefully. Try and get some stuff out. Okay. Right, guys. Cheers. Speak to you later.